Hey, welcome back. You're watching the Short File Show live from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And I'm looking through the news stories here. Exclusive Facebook stock group blooms from 0 to 40K. And hey, how come our Facebook group didn't get on this news feed? Ours is at like 15,000 now. Oh well. Anyways, the news story that I came on to talk about is this Wedbush adjusts GameStop's price target from to $39 from $29, citing new console launches, possible profitability in 2021. So here we go. This is what I would consider a more realistic assessment of where GameStop should be. They're adjusting the price target to $39. Of course, GameStop is trading $167 right now, and I'm positive that this news story is being mocked somewhere in the Reddit world right now. But this is kind of more realistically where I expect the price to go, back down below $100 sometime soon. We'll see if that actually happens. Nobody knows the future. I certainly don't, but I am positioned to take advantage of a down move here. And yesterday I changed my position coming in. As some of you who follow this know, I was long this October put spread. I got a little more aggressive yesterday, and I switched out and I bought a June which expires in 51 days, the June 160 put spread, right? So it's a $10 put spread, the June 160 put spread. You can see it behind me here. So essentially this trade each time we do this trade, it will be worth $10 if GME is below $160 in 51 days, right? So put this trade on when GME was trading about $185, and I paid about half of the distance between the strikes, right? So there's $10 between these strikes. I paid $5.60 for this spread, and like I said, it will be worth $10 if indeed GME is below 160 on expiration in 51 days. And it would essentially double my money on this trade. Fortunately for me so far, since I put that trade on, the stock has dropped almost 20 points, which is once again fortunate. We'll see where we go from here. I haven't closed the trade, but you can see yesterday when I put this trade on, stock was right around here, this 185 area, right on the open. I didn't think that this news story that propelled the stock higher here was that the company had completed selling their shares, right? They had said they're going to sell 3.5 million shares for 551, and then they came back and said they had raised $551 million by selling 3.5 million shares. A quick math calculation, if you take $551 million and you divide that by 3.5 million, you get an average share price of around $159. So the shares that they sold, 3.5 million, were sold at an average price of about $159 over the last few weeks. Right, so there's more bag holders around the $158 average price. Now, the amount of shares they sold is not a huge contributor to the float. I believe the float on this is somewhere around 60 million shares. So they sold an additional. I don't have the exact number for the float. I believe it's between 60 and 70 million shares. So they sold 3 million extra shares. It's not that much as a percentage of the overall float. Now, as with any stock, most of the overall float is just kind of locked up. Rich people just buy shares and they just leave them basically forever. The actual amount of shares that is changing hands on top is a fraction of that, something around, 20 million shares, something like that. And we saw volume kind of pop up over the last couple of days. It had been pretty low, but I believe we eclipsed 10 million shares on Monday. Tuesday, a little bit less. I believe we did not top 10 million shares. So far today, really back down to not a whole lot of volume. Currently, we are just about 40 minutes into the trading session. We're at 1.3 million shares. But looking at this before the open, really not a whole lot of volume. And I just think this speaks to the fact that this is becoming less of the in stock to trade, and people are moving on to other things. And that's also going to be reflected in possibly the price going lower as people kind of just give up and move on. The other big meme stock, of course, MVIS, that had the big moves over the end of last week and into this week. We can see the moves behind me on that one. MVIS, the big move Friday, the other big move Monday, and then it's just really given back most of Monday, kind of holding its ground here. This one might have more room to move, but GameStop and our other favorite, AMC. Here's AMC, and look, if you look at these, they look very similar, right? People are there. I know there's an ETF that trades all of these. People are acting with a similar behavior to these stocks, regardless of the companies, what the companies are doing, what the company's actual value is. That doesn't seem relevant to a lot of people trading these. They seem to it seems to be just this kind of like horde of people jumping in and jumping out at similar times. So like if we were to take some of these and overlay them, let's compare AMC to MVIS, and we can do an overlay here. So I go to Studies, Add Study, Compare, and we pick a custom symbol, MVIS. We can compare AMC to MVIS, and you see, a somewhat similar trend going on here. The up move and the down move, similar. And we could add on top of this, we could add our old buddy GameStop and see how that looks also. And you start to see that the behavior here is not stock specific as much as it is. All right, so this is kind of, it's a little bit deceptive because the scale gets kind of messed up when you have three of them here. But you start to notice that the trend is not as stock specific as it is just kind of like everybody buys all of them. And then they either buy all of them or they buy none of them. So let's get rid of the MVIS one and just apply the GameStop one. You can see, well, GameStop made that bigger move on Monday, but on days that one is up, the other seems to be up. On days that one is down, there seems to be down. Of course, that's true for many stocks in the stock market, but you can see these are correlating to some degree. As for the overall market, we have today, we have the VIX in a little bit, the Dow down 150 points. NASDAQ is pretty much unched. And where did my E-minis go? Let's see. E-minis up 7. So market pretty much unched with the Dow down a little bit. And GameStop just kind of giving back a lot of what it rallied on that big Monday rally. They're giving back some of it, at least at this moment. We'll see if we can get back down to the lows of last Friday. The low was 144. We'll see if we head down towards that low later on today. So that's kind of what's going on. I know that people are going to, like I said, mock Wedbush for coming out with this price target, which is a fraction of where it's trading right now. However, it's just a sign once again of the hysteria that has come over people with this GameStop thing. So we'll see. I'm not telling people to follow me or to trade what I'm trading. I'm just showing what I'm doing, and right now I'm short GameStop with a spread on that expires in 50 days along the 170-160 put spread. Right now it's working. We'll see where we go from there. Thank you for checking out the show today, and I will see you next. Hey, what's up, Tom? Hey, what's up, everybody? Wanted to say hi to everybody in the chat. Christina, nice to see you. New CEO goes into power on June 9th. Well, see, that doesn't really scare me. I'll tell you why. Because even, let's say that this guy from Chewy is the, I believe his name is Cohen. Let me just pull it up again. But let's say he's the best CEO ever. He turns the company around. It's still going to take time, right? The company is priced as if he already has turned the company around and this company is incredibly profitable. And even if he is successful, it is going to take time. So just because he takes over as CEO, I would put to you that he's probably already, even if he's not officially taken over as CEO, he's already influencing things quite a bit at this point behind the scenes. So we'll see. I could be burnt indeed. The beauty of trading is we are all able to trade whatever we want. And if you think I'm wrong, you can do the opposite trade from me. We can still be friends. And we see, like, seems like there are better fights than GME. Yes, there's trades all over the place, certainly. Let's see. So this thing says that it's actually July 31st that the guy is stepping down, but maybe it got moved up. Yes, there are other stocks to trade, certainly, and there are other trades to do. I happen to be sort of fixated on this one at the moment, unfortunately. But things are looking up. Nice start to the day with GameStop down 9 and change at the moment. Anyways, thanks for checking in with me. Have a great day, and I will see you next time on the next episode of the Short Vol Show Live. Happy trading to everybody out there, and thanks for watching.